Always good to talk NBA basketball. The man who's a 3-time all-defensive player in the NBA now does a great job with the Minnesota Timberwolves. He is Patrick Beverley. Hit him on Twitter at PatBev21. Patrick, I'll start with last night's game between Boston and Miami. Boston wins Game 5. They have a 3-2 series lead. How much was it about the Celtics' defense or the Heat's poor offense, in your opinion?
It's a tough one right there. But you have to give Boston a lot of credit, man. They've adjusted to the game plan. I mean, they've adjusted through, guys being in and out the lineup. I mean, I wouldn't say the whole word battle tested, but battle test,
Right.
Kyle Lowry didn't play well. They put him in a lot of action, forced him to guard. They've been attacking the others on the Heat, guys who can't guard, and has been, crippling the defense a little bit. So, man, you got to give Boston a lot of credit, man. They came out focused, came out locked in, and they got a chance to end this thing back in Boston, man.
P-Bev, I'm going to ask you this, and it probably will be controversial, but I feel like you and I live in the controversial trenches of life anyway.
Okay. Here we go.
So it's natural for you and I. You know that old saying, and you and I are both hoopers, man, well, if guy's hurt, he's hurt. And I'm like, oh, I've been hurt, played through a lot of stuff. Like, when you see Tyler Hero not playing the last 2 games, do you give anything to that? I'm not questioning the authenticity of somebody being injured, but, I'm watching Kyle Lowry injured. I'm watching other guys out there who've been injured. What is that? What do you say to that?
I mean, if he was to play, could he have done more? That's my question. I don't even think it's more of a Tyler Hero thing. I just think that Boston, is opposing their will on his team.
Mm-hmm.
Who's ever hurt, who's ever injured, however it go, you're going to have to move. You got to play some defense. We're going to attack you. And they've been doing that, man, consistently. I don't know, since, Game 2 or whatever that switch was, they found out that these guys cannot guard us. Maybe it's the game Marcus Smart came back. I don't know what game it was, but it's something that's going on in their head that they're just attacking the Heat. Every chance they get, and they're attacking everyone. So I don't even think, man, these injuries – Tyler Hero, I don't even think he could have did anything if he played, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So Max Strus and Kyle Lowry combined for 1 of 28 the last 2 games.
Yeah.
1 of 28. Why?
What, rhythm, consistency, Boston. We mentioned before, man, you getting attacked and you got to come back and you got to play making, you got to make plays for others, and you got to score the ball, man. That's hard. Cal's been out with injury, throughout the whole playoffs. So just jump in, these games, and and try to win against a tested Boston, guys who's been in rhythm, guys who've been playing. That's to be hurt and just jump right in the Eastern Conference Finals. Eastern Conference Finals, man. That's tough. So, and like I said, I didn't see this coming, man. I did not see this coming.
Right. Great stuff. Patrick Beverley of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hit him on Twitter, PatBev21, joining Keyshawn J. Willimax on ESPN Radio. Real quick, that jacket is fire, by the way. What does the lettering say?
I don't even know. I seen it. I liked it. Bought it.
Okay. I wanted to know. I'm looking at that. I said, man, I was paying attention, Pat Bev, what you were saying, but my eyes kept going to that jacket. I said, man, that jacket's live.
Hey, I got a question for y'all, though. If y'all on Boston and y'all see the starting lineup of Strauss and Lowry, are you guys are you afraid?
No.
Pat, I wasn't afraid,
no.
But I thought they was going to impose their will on them as far as coaching and all that. But when Jimmy went down with the knee thing, they see blood. They really see blood out there.
Yeah. Pat, our brain waves are similar in how we think about some things. And one of the things I said on our show was I have all the respect in the world for Gabe Vincent and Max Strus, right? I get it. Undrafted guys, they're playing at a high level. But when you get to a certain level in the playoffs, if you're Jason Tatum or if you're Jaylen Brown, or if you're Marcus Smart, there has to be a switch where you look at these guys and be like, yo, you don't belong on the court with me. You don't belong playing against me. I know you're here, but I am that dude right now. And I feel like that switch has kind of happened in real time.
Nah, and yeah, for sure. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, seriously, I don't know what game it was, if it was game 2 or game 3.
Right.
Or I don't know what happened, but Boston looks like they look way more confident. I don't know if it's Coach Uden gave them a secret speech or whatever, but they look way more confident. It's almost like they know they can beat this team whenever. If we do this, we can walk out here with a win. So, I mean, it's scary hours for the Heat.
P-Bev, you giving them a legit shot to beat the Warriors?
No, hell no.
Okay.
No.
Not even a shot?
No.
No.
What are we talking about? So what do the Warriors win? What's the series?
I don't know. I don't know about all of the jigs of that. I know, like I was telling y'all a week and a half ago, Warriors go beat the hell out of Dallas. They beat the hell out of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we go see with this one, but I don't. Warriors are too tested, man. They've seen it, been through it all. So I'm rolling with experience.
Pat, real quick, who's harder for you to defend? Is it chasing Steph Curry or trying to get under Jason Tatum?
That's a tough one.
That's a good one. Yeah, both of them present a different opportunity, but I feel like if I'm not running around and getting screened, I feel like my energy is like Imano, I'm up under you. I like that getting up under you matchup better than chasing screens for sure.
Okay,
because it's never Imano with Steph, man. It's 1 versus 5 and all those screens.
Yeah, people think it's the attention that he calls. It's the attention that they calls for him because his ability to shoot. You got to run through 12 screens. So
right.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.